Oh, right. Dexter, calm down. Yes, yes, I know. No.
I don't puff him.
Right. Yeah, come on, settle down. Good boy. Hello. It's now the 23rd of September. We've been here now just over 2 weeks. This video is going to be a bit all over the place, really. We haven't had any. We've been flitting from one job to another, depending on sort of priorities. The next video I'm going to do is show you the wine making. The jays took most of our grapes, but I'll explain all that next time. We had my sister Vida here until, how long, when did she leave?
She went back a week today.
A week today. And like I say, it's just been lots of little jobs, so the videos are going to be a bit disjointed. There's no, it's not, look, like a bit. Wait, stop it. And as you can see, we've got an addition to the family. So this is Dexter. I think we gave a very quick introduction on the last one, but I think there's a few more bits of video. He's a sod. He's into everything he shouldn't be. I suppose that's what a puppy is. He's a little bit nippy. He's getting better. But yeah, he's certainly fitted in. Him and Kodka, the cat, are kind of they tolerate each other
At a distance.
Sometimes you'll catch them and they'll be sat quite close to each other, but then as soon as there's a human being on the scene, it's sort of like, that's my human, no, that's my human, and the conflict starts, and then there's hissing and stuff from Kodka. I think they'll eventually get on, but it's going to take a while. He chews everything.
It's a puppet.
Ow.
Yeah. Yeah, we did go to Bulgaria. We took Vida to Bulgaria. Yeah, that was nice. Night, stayed a nice meal.
Yeah, then we went and visited Adam, Linda, Max, and
all the puppies.
All the puppies.
And dogs.
And took one away. I got my solar panels, which will be another video at some point when I start installing the solar. I've got sort of nearly 3,700 and something watts of panel, and a nice grow watt inverter. Again, I'll one of these videos will be installing that, or making the solar array installing. It's not top priority at the moment, but it's sort of up there. So that'll be another video at some point.
What else have we done this week? Oh no, I sound like Lynn now.
Yeah, that's...
Sorry, Lynn. No, we've done lots, haven't we?
It's not this week, it's this last couple of weeks.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But we've done a lot.
Yeah,
Heck of a lot.
There's a little bit of a wall pushing out in the cellar, so I've got to try and fix that. I'm going to put a concrete base down and put some hollowed blocks to make a wine rack at the same time. I've done it before to form a sort of buttress with a dual purpose, and I'll show you that on another video.
Dex is going for his final jab today, so he won't be so happy when he comes back. It might quieten him down a little bit for a little bit, but he's doing well. He's sleeps in the crate at night now. One of us gets up probably about 3 o'clock in the morning, don't we? Let him out to do his business, and then he stays asleep till about 6:30, 7 o'clock. So that's all going well. Yep.
Yeah, he hasn't had any accidents indoors, has he?
Apart from this morning when he snuck behind the sofa.
Yeah, you didn't tell me that.
I did. But I've blocked the entrance, he can't get in there now.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But yeah, that is the only accident he's had.
Which isn't bad for a puppy, really.
No,
so.
Very good. And he does like it in the car. He's done quite a few long trips. And to be honest, he just sleeps.
Yeah. Well, that's a good thing, because we want to get him used to travelling, because if we do go back to the UK in the big van, he'll come with us. He won't be coming with us if we fly. That was Thank you, Adam and Linda. That was part of what persuaded me to
say
yes to him. That they'll babysit basically if we fly back, but we'll have to sort out a pet passport so that when we drive back we'll take him with us. So my job for today is to take the big trailer apart. So I've got some security panels for to make a pen up for Dexter. So whoever's seen the big trailer, it's basically just a like the Harris security panels covered in tarpaulin to make a big old trailer. So that's my job for today. So if you haven't seen inside the trailer, this is well, I've started taking that, it's fallen off, but seems a shame to take it all to bits. It done us really well. It came all the way down from England with no issues whatsoever, but I need these panels. So having taken all the fence panels off the trailer, we've now used them as a bit of security fence. Well, they are security fencing, just to cordon off this part of the garden, which you have to have a bit of a tidy up, but it gives Dexter a nice little play area to run around where he can't escape from until he's got used to the place. Little doorway through here, I've just got some spring bits on it, so we can get into the vineyard. Swimming pool might be a problem, but he's not interested at the moment, so swimming pool, I wish, paddling pool. And there's his new mate. They haven't got off to a great start, but they're just starting to tolerate each other, aren't you, Codger? Hey, you're tolerating him now, aren't you? Yeah. Luckily with Dexter being a puppy, I don't think it'd be very long before they get on. Say hello to the camera. Hello. Hello, it's Sunday the 11th and we're in the van on our way to see our friends Adam, Linda and Max. We're going to spend the evening there. What else are we doing, Therese?
We're picking up my puppy.
So hopefully it'll be a good night. I've got Vida here as well. And we've now got about a 2-hour drive to get to theirs. So all good fun. Looking forward to seeing the puppy. And of course Adam, Linda and Max. Started to make some progress with tidying out sheds. It's a bit of a mess. That's an old fridge that's knackered. Loads of hand tools. And then I've actually now got myself all sorted out what's going to be the workshop. It's a bit small compared to what I'm used to. And unfortunately, because the wind was blowing really strong the other day, although it was all nicely clean, it's covered in little leaves and things. And here's my solar panels. They're 450 watt. Can't pronounce the name, but they're reasonably good Japanese make. So it should give me, I don't know, what, 3,700 odd kilowatts at peak. And then I've got a Grow Watt 5000 ES, which is a sort of islanding thing. I should do one of these unboxing sessions, which should you basically you can run the mains through it, and then prioritize solar first, charging batteries, lots of different sort of configurations. But the idea is, because the sun shines here quite consistently in Bulgaria, we'll reduce the bills a bit. I think in the middle of the summer, during the day, everything will be running on solar. We're not big users. Even in the UK, we only use 12 kilowatts a day. And theoretically, those panels and that system will give around about 15 in the peak of the summer a day, kilowatt hours. But drops down to about 6 in the winter. I've got enough battery storage to hold about 6 kilowatts for overnight use. They actually hold 12 kilowatts, but they're lead acid batteries, so you don't want to run them down any less than about 60%. But that should be ample overnight. Coming back into the yard. Well, this is the outside of the workshop, so it's sort of undercover area where I can work, as there's not a lot of space in there. And there's a little forge. Be nice to resurrect it. Just wants a little motor. It all still spins nicely, blows up into that little hole there where you put the coke. Been a long time since I've done any sort of metal work like that, but it'd be fun reacquainting myself. Bits and bobs out, because I've got to get everything cleaned up ready for this year's wine. Walking back through, started to tidy this area up as well. You'd never think so looking at this, but it was even worse of a mess. And the back cellar, which was completely hickledy-pickledy, slowly progressing, getting things sorted out. It's quite a decent size in here, so one day, it's way down the priority list, but maybe one day this will be a sort of function room of some sort. It's a good size, and I think once I take the full ceiling down, I'll have it right up to the roof, maybe put some Velux sort of skylights in or something like that. But like I say, that's a long way off. That's it really. This sort of first 2 weeks really has just been semi-holiday, semi-getting things straight. Now we've got to crack on. Beda's gone home, so it's a case of getting the wine done, and then cracking on with wiring, all sorts of other stuff. Enough to keep me going for years here. And a big mower where I've been hitting things. This is all split, so every time I go over something, it's the shroud around the blades. Every time I go over something, it bends it, and then obviously the blade hits it. So I've got to try and find a suitable bit of metal, bend it into shape, and just use it as a reinforcing strip. Now I've got my welder over here. It's quite easy to do these sort of jobs. So this is where you find that you think you've brought everything over from England that you want, only to realise you haven't got any clamps. And the one thing when you're welding stuff up you really need is clamps. I'll have a hunt round and see if there's some old clamps that have been left here. Or either some clamps been left here, or I might be able to sort of like get somebody to hold it or prop it or something like that, but with metal bending round stuff. Clamps is what you need. I've got hundreds in England. Oh well, such is life. So no clamps. Oh, a pair of mold clips, and I haven't got a clue what that is. If anybody knows, it's obviously for holding something, but I might be able to wedge it in like that. Should work. I managed to fix it. It's not pretty, but I've been out and mowed a bit more, so it works. I'll take the deck off in the winter. I'll probably service all my garden tools at some point before the sort of winter, and then I'll take the deck off and I'll do a decent job and probably fiberglass and that as well. So I'm hoping to get a few more years out of this old girl. Good old mower. That's pretty much it for this video. So hopefully we'll get a little bit more regular.
And we'll start doing some more interesting things too, like the cooking and more filming of the stuff that we're doing rather than trying to rush it all into one.
Yeah, and I'll start putting a few more costings in. It's all just the first couple of weeks really. It's just getting to grips with, you know, all the stuff where we haven't been here, but we'll settle down into a more regular routine.
And it's pretty cold here this morning.
It's nippy until the sun comes over the hill. We're in a valley, and the sun comes up over here, goes down over there. So it's sort of, as soon as it comes up over the trees, the temperature, you can just feel it rising.
It did come up earlier, but it's gone again.
What do you mean?
Well,
the sun comes up, it doesn't go away again. It's cloudy today.
Okay, that's what I mean. There's no sun now, it's cloudy.
Mr. Sunshine.
Don't sing.
So
That's all for me.
that's almost it for me. I was just thinking of the sun. I'll think of a. Does anybody? Oh God, can't think of his name. Blah, 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 blah. I'll think of it later.
Morecambe and Wise.
No,
No, that's normally what he sings.
no, I wasn't going to sing anything. I was going to give a poem.
Oh no, don't. No, we don't need a poem on this channel. That's not going to be a vloggy thing. No, none of your poems.
It's not one of my poems.
I don't want any poems.
It's. Why can't I think of his name? I'm getting old.
You are old.
Oh, what's he called? Tony Hancock.
Don't say it. We'll say goodbye.
Oh, no. Oh, silver moon, shine out. Oh, silver moon, shine out your beam across the cuttings of his cheek. Nice to see you shining bright.
He's trying to get up.
Oh, silver moon, shine out your beam across your beams. Oh, silver moon, shine out your beams across the cuttings of his cheek. Nice to see you shining bright. Coming out tomorrow night.
2 seconds while the puppy gets himself comfortable because we've pinched his face.
No. Like the tail.
It's the waggiest little tail ever.
Hello.
There.
That's a bit more settled. And on that note, we'll say it's goodbye from me.
And goodbye from me. And goodbye from Dexter.
Yeah, he's Bulgarian, so he says "Do vizdene."
He says goodbye.
Or ciao ciao.
Ciao, ciao. Ciao, ciao, ciao.